Hey guys, welcome back to nerdL.A.G, episode 24. And tonight we're going to be talking about Adam's Renaissance what's the word?
Expedition?
Expedition, thank you. Expose. Ooh, yeah. And we're going to be talking about the koi pond that I am currently in the process of building, and it's actually getting completed with all the help from everybody.
Did you say clip-on or quip-on?
Koi pond?
Koi pond, okay.
Koi.
Could have sworn you had said clip-on, so I was going to have some questions on that.
We're also going to be talking about some predictions that we have for the E3 coming up here in a couple of weeks. And we're probably going to be talking a little bit about some Overwatch, so stay tuned. Hey guys, okay, so Tien's showing us another picture here, which is a very muscly man with a baby face. Austin, can you see that?
It's like quite literally baby face.
What would you literally
I don't know why we're starting off every episode with these pictures.
Because we have to put something there. I just find some weird image to start us off with.
Nothing like throwing off the entire group to start everything.
Right?
Yeah, that's how we should do. That's how we always are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, do you want to see another one I could have put up?
I'm honestly scared to see the Google search history behind it, though.
right?
Oh, God, yeah.
All right, so
yeah,
tonight,
let's not show that one.
tonight with me, I have Adam.
Hi.
I have Tien.
Me.
And we've got Austin once again.
Yo.
And I am Zach, your host for tonight.
Welcome to nerdL.A.G.
So, what was the first thing that we were going to talk about? I forgot. Again, like
We're
always.
talking about the Renaissance.
Probably Renaissance.
Oh, yeah. So, what did you do at the Renaissance?
By Adam's blinking ears.
He's got the new limited edition Mega Man headphones on.
Yep. So they distracted me for a moment.
Yep.
Okay.
They do blinky lights or regular lights. I can also do regular lights.
Yeah, those ones are cooler.
But anyway, yeah, Renaissance Festival.
So what is the Renaissance Festival?
Renaissance Festival, for those who haven't been, it's actually just a festival or similar to, what are those called? State Fair.
Oh, yeah.
But if you take all of that back 300 years.
Okay.
Basically, everybody at the fair is wearing knight armor.
And it's amazing and fun and lots of things to buy.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of things to buy.
Like swords.
So I know that you spent, like it was in the month of May, all month of May.
Mm-hmm.
You spent every day that you weren't working.
Who's you?
Adam. Adam.
Yes.
Because I was about to say Zach because he was talking to me. And you went every day. And I know you took Zach along for a day.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin, you went there
Yeah,
one
I showed
day.
up and accidentally saw Adam and didn't recognize him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And I have never been, so I have to one of these days go. So I'm now the new subject here. I don't know anything about it.
Cool. Then I'll be directing this at you then.
Okay, so you said it's a month. It's people. It's like State Fair except 300 years. So does everyone get into character with it? Does everyone?
Everyone can.
Okay.
There are people that work it that are in character. They do shows, things like magic tricks, stage performances like tightrope, basically any kind of physical feat you can think of. There's some kind of niche for it. They also do comedy shows. Actually, a good example of that would be one character was coming from another festival just as a kind of honorary, hey, welcome to our group. We go to your place. Come do your show at our place.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Jack Sparrow costume with mannerisms and just another kind of add-on for that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And I was the volunteer for the...
What is...
Volunteer is where someone from the audience is picked to go and help with the show itself.
Is it just because they know you there now?
He didn't know me at all. So one of my friends that works there was actually watching the show at the time from a bit of a distance because they were on their way to another of their shows. And they just wanted to pick it up a little bit of the show before moving on. And so when I was selected to be on the stage with them, they'd shouted out from the back of the audience, "You've got a lively one." And so...
That doesn't sound like Adam at all.
Lively? I wouldn't just
I would love to see that guy's reaction going, what does that mean?
Well, he found out very quickly.
I figured that.
Because he's like, "Oh, so what's your name?" And I told him, like, "So I'm Adam." And just both put his hand up as for a handshake, so I went to go and place it there as well. And he's like, nobody cares. Lifts his hand away and then turns around.
Oh no!
And so there's a couple of steps on the way up.
Oh no!
So I get almost onto the stage and just start belly dancing in front of the entire audience. They get a crack out of it. He's like, "What's going on?" So he turns around and sees what is wiggling in front of him. He looks up and down and is like, what? And so at that point, I put my hand out again, and I'm like, so I'm Adam. He shakes my hand, and then goes on to the next segment of the performance. And there's a little bit of banter back and forth, mostly him just doing his regular show, because I don't want to.
You don't want to interfere with what
exactly.
He's set up.
It's I will do a joke here or there, but other than that, I try to make sure it's there. Yeah. And so he goes up to his he has a jar or a
mason jar?
No, chest, a treasure chest.
Okay.
And he's
that
like,
is completely different from anything jar-like.
The jar comes into play here in a second.
Okay.
Because in the movies, inside the treasure chest is a jar of dirt.
Yes.
And so when he says that, like, do you know what I have in my treasure chest? And I said, is it a jar of dirt? And he's like, no. And then he starts throwing out a bunch of different random objects. Said, inside this chest is my ego. And he pulls out a miniature figure of Jack Sparrow. And so as soon as I heard ego, I was like, oh, yes. So I zip over to where he is. He's kneeled down with the chest and holding up the figure. And I start stroking his little miniature figure. And I said, there, I stroked your ego. And he lost it. The crowd lost it. And then when he composes himself a little bit, he's like, all right, he is not part of my show. This show was originally safe for children. If you have complaints, file them at him.
Go scream in his face.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
And so, we went through the rest of the show. That was the last time I did any interaction. I can't top that.
Yeah.
And
it's like, good night, everybody. I'm just going to walk off.
And so I just go through the rest of the show almost, just silent. But that's a good example of what it's like, where they improv off of the person and make the show even more funny because of, sometimes you'll get that really, really shy person and they'll just dialogue with themselves with the other person, either, speaking about features or just, how they're acting or putting words in their mouth. It all depends on the actor.
Yeah.
They also have a lot of music, dance shows, basically anything that you can think of that would be even remotely related to it. They have joust and human chessboard.
The joust is really fun to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, they do an amazing job on the joust, and the human chessboard is one of the main things that they work on as well. It's got humor, a lot of choreographed fights. It's pretty impressive. But I go there 90% for the dance.
And don't worry, give us a little bit. When TNT happens, we'll have dance videos.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I would say blackmail, but it doesn't really work like that against me. But
go to episode, what was it, 21?
What?
The Barbie dance?
The Barbie?
It was just the Barbie
I
song.
think it was episode 21.
Yeah, go there. This is why he doesn't worry anymore.
With Tien's amazing filming job.
Hey, shut up. I actually was confused. They're going, oh my gosh, I've never seen this. So you are the experienced one. So you've now explained it pretty much summary. Let's see how the two people who's been there. This was your first time, right, Austin?
At least at the Oklahoma.
At the Oklahoma one. And Zach, this is your first time at the Oklahoma one?
Actually, no, it's not my first time, but second time, but as like a capable of adult of knowing what's going on.
Okay, so what was your experience, you guys there?
Well, the shows were, as he said, hilarious. I remember one of the performances. It was borderline sexual harassment, but everybody's getting a kick out of it, so it's funny.
What show is this?
Well, okay, this is what happened. He was like, so I'm gonna have you pretend to be the auction lady, and he says, would you look at my, and then whatever you're holding, look at this fine, or look at my fine, whatever. He hands her, and he hands her a chest. And he said, now go ahead and say it. He's like, look at my fine chest, and he says, and behold it I will, and it was just so great. And he kept giving, he's like. And here's some melons, and she kind of was like, she's like, ah. this guy. And it was just really funny to just see him actually do that.
Okay.
That sounds like a
like
a PG-13 version of like the show that we went and saw.
Yes, there's another one called The Smoker. There are not every Renaissance festival has them, but it is one that I dragged Zach and Ashley to for inauguration.
Something like that, yeah.
Sure.
It was a lot of fun because what they did was a lot of skits, a lot of songs. Well, it was mainly all songs, wasn't it?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. And it was 21 and up.
Very.
And you had to buy a ticket for it, like pre-Renaissance show, right?
Yeah, like pretty much if you are going there that day, you either pick them up first thing in the morning or purchase them ahead of time.
So it's kind of like an exclusive little thing.
Well, it's just
only
that popular.
Yeah, well, that and only kind of like the people who know, who've been there for so many years and know, like if it's your first time there, you're not going to know about it.
It is advertised first thing in the morning, but past that, it's not one of the main segments. Like they have, it's off the beaten path, so you have to go out of your way to locate where it is.
Okay.
So it's not something that is designed to be something that kids will stumble onto.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's behind a gate, so
yeah,
it is very much designed for 21 and up because that's the level of humor that it has.
That and they serve you alcohol and they serve you cigars and they serve you whipping and getting tied. They serve you.
So Adam, have you been
reaching down women's shirts?
Have you done this in?
Yeah, I do that
once a year.
Usually it's something that I'll go to once or twice a year. Sometimes it's 3. It depends on how many people I can get because I don't go by myself except for once a year just to see the new segment for it. But whenever I have new people with me, I'll buy tickets for them because watching their reaction to it is
worth it.
Priceless.
Yeah. So watching 3 of my friends get tied and whipped by someone who I've known for 7 years was very humorous.
That sounds
so. Zach, you were tied and whipped?
No, but holy tits, do they freaking whip you? Like not just like, oh yeah, it's not
a gentle love
tap.
Yeah,
it's a bam in your face.
Yeah, and he just peeked.
Yep. Oh well.
So
sorry for your ears.
So it's something I would just been there like, oh, I've had worse pain to me. Okay,
yeah. I mean,
it depends on the person too.
True.
Like if you say ahead of time that you're not going to be into the like hard, then they'll
tie
adjust
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got tied. Me, Ashley, and Shelby, we all got tied together, and then Shelby also got whipped.
Yeah. By request.
Fun. But it's really fun because
I was just like, by request.
It makes you feel like you're kind of like on like you just got off a pirate ship and then like you went into the town and like you're just
there's the Tavern Winches.
Yeah, it's just there's a Tavern Winches. You're at the tavern. You're just a good old time, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Let's see what else. Food. How was the food there? Did you
freaking phenomenal?
It's
the lamb.
Fair, as to say, any of the food's pretty much awesome.
The lamb is really good.
Yeah, they've got a giant amount of food that is very unique to the vendors there. They actually even have a coffee shop that serves really good coffee.
I must have missed that.
Dude, their tea is really good too. Their cold
they had tea there?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the tea is actually another one of those kind of off the beaten path. As soon as you go in the front door, you know how it branches off in 3 sections.
Right.
There's actually a 4th one between the left and the
I
straight.
did see that, but between that the stage thing.
Yeah.
I thought it wrapped around to the path on the left, so I just was like ignored it entirely.
But that's where the tea shop is. It's also a hookah lounge.
Yeah, it's a hookah lounge, tea, and then some Jenga.
So basically,
yeah,
that's
they've got
half of the Renaissance videos. It's fine. It's whatever.
But no, their tea is fantastic.
And this is all in where? In Tulsa? Or not Tulsa, but where in Oklahoma?
This one is in Muskogee. There's actually a good number of them in this area. There's Texas, which has, I think, 2, Arkansas, and Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas is where I'm from.
And they're normally when?
It ranges. There's April, May, August, and I think September's another one.
Really? I thought it was only like one time a year for 1 month.
No, in Muskogee, it's that one is the one that's in May.
Oh, okay.
But the other ones that I mentioned, I believe that's the range on it. I would recommend Googling it for details.
Okay. So, overall experiences, I know yours, Adam, because you've been there 7 years. You give it high marks. Usually.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah, and does it vary year by year, or is it usually constantly very good?
Oh, it's every single year. actually somehow improves just about every single time. There are a few elements that can change, and it's not necessarily better, but it's just different.
Okay.
The only thing that was a down segment was they had an event called the Kaylee, and it usually ends with the Bonnie Knees contest.
Mm-hmm.
A really quick rundown on that, because we've been on the subject for a while, is
the bunny knees?
Bonnie Knees.
Bonnie knees.
It's where guys in kilts will strut around for the women and typically try to make an ass of themselves. Or show their ass if they're that kind
I would
of
be
person.
extremely well at this competition.
Right.
I was like, Adam, that sounds like it's up your alley. I don't
Totally.
Yeah.
I actually entered it numerous times with varying levels of success. Usually it one-upped each time.
Like Tien's like throwing shade. Adam's like, it's whatever.
You need to get like gold stars or like draw something on your butt or something.
Well, one time for my butt, I did
gosh.
have a sign
Shooting for stars.
put over it, which said error 404, ass not found.
Oh, jeez, that's hilarious.
Another one was where I had a bright pink prom dress underneath my kilt. So at first I strutted around in the kilt, stripped off the kilt, and then strutted around in a prom dress.
Oh, jeez.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's, you can have fun with it like that, or some people will literally take the opportunity to show people their everything.
So pretty much
man.
what you guys are saying is there's a lot of things to do
Yes.
at the Renaissance Fair. It's a big old place. It's way bigger than what I thought it was.
I left the swords.
But that actually
Yeah.
the
you
reason.
got the swords, yeah.
Yeah,
Love the swords.
So
Yeah.
what was your favorite part about the Renaissance Fair, Austin?
Man, I really loved the people there because it was just so lively. It wasn't like, you're just walking around observing just kind of shows. It was like the people were really into it. Just like even the people just going. It wasn't like, you couldn't tell if they were paid to be there or just people enjoying themselves there. So it was a really awesome like atmosphere just to be in.
It's actually like 50-50, the number of
Yeah.
people that work there and the number of
The
people that
people that
just go
actually
there
visit.
to enjoy it. For
I
example,
couldn't
I
even
don't
tell.
interact with a lot of people, but anytime I'm towards a show, actually a lot of people will ask me, hey, so, where do you go for this thing? And it's like, and I'll be able to answer it. They're like, what show do you do? I'm like, I actually am just a guy.
And see, I'm gonna have to say that's probably one of my favorite parts too, is the people being in character, doing their outfits. The costumes there are phenomenal. It's like a big giant anime convention, except with
Chainmail and action. Yeah, it's
and it's funny because a lot of bikers will go.
oh yeah, and they fit in well.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's awesome. What's your favorite part, Adam?
My favorite part, actually, I'm going to say the same thing. The people. That's the reason why it's as good as it is. Like, dancing is my
drinking.
favorite action.
And the drinking.
Well, I don't enjoy
The
drinking,
mead.
but there is a lot of different varieties. There are some wine vendors that are local that serve their wine there as well. So,
Which
If
is
you're a wine-
very good.
yeah, if you're a wine connoisseur, they do cater to you. But yeah, definitely the people.
Okay, so let's move on from the Western culture to an Eastern culture thing with Zach here building. What are you building now, Zach? What's a
I'm-
new project that you have?
I'm building a koi pond. It's a half raised, half underground koi pond in the backyard.
Project number, what is it, Adam?
This one would be
1,400.
23.
23.
Of actual progression.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
Of
Well,
actual,
since
I
I've
said
been around.
actual.
Adam remembers. That's why he's all referenced there.
I'm gonna have to figure out what those are later. So yeah, it's a pretty cool project. We've spent how many days? We spent 2 days so far building it, and only $100 total. And it's a 8 foot by 4 foot wide by 4 foot deep.
Can I tell you something honest that makes me amazed about this project? This project is running quicker than your wedding proposal.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
That's bad. That's very bad.
Oh.
Yeah, but there was a lot more planning done into the proposal. Well,
No. There was a lot of
rushed planning in the proposal.
Yes,
there
because
was a
guess
lot
who-
of delay.
yeah. There was a lot because you know what it took. Took this person sitting next to Zach to say "f you,"
Which is Adam.
yeah, to say "f you." We gotta get this done for your wedding because your wedding's coming up.
That's true. I did kind of kidnap you that
Yeah,
week.
You
pretty
had
much.
to. You had to. Okay, let's keep going. But I was just thinking how oh gosh, this project. Yeah, we all came by actually help a little bit here and there. We dug a hole. We chose to use our free time to help Zach again.
Yeah.
He gets free labor like no other. He really does.
That's a useful skill. I'm gonna have to start stealing that.
Yeah, you will. And like, it's looking really nice. He has a basic idea because it's Zach. It'll gonna be changes like 20 times before it's completed.
Maybe.
But all in all, it's to get the purpose of actually moving your koi fish into that pond because they are. Explain what you've been doing for your koi fish because it's just insane on the effort you take care of your fish.
To me, I don't think I've been taking that
Do you
well
mean the
care
koi
of them.
fish or goldfish?
Whatever the fish, he has to like change that out. Like
So pretty much what I
silverfish.
have a 55-gallon aquarium in my front room. And before I moved into my new house, which I've been here for almost 2 years now, I was living at my parents' house, and I started ponding, I guess, or aquarium. I started the hobby of raising fish. And I was like, oh, it shouldn't be that hard. Just put a filter on, put some water in, put some fish in, and decorate it, and call it good. And feed them every once in a while.
There were no bubble chests in there.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit harder than that, which is not a bad thing. It's a lot of fun, but you got to kind of train yourself to actually be responsible. Anyway, so I started,
I said, "Whoa, I'm out."
but it's totally worth it. I
It's
started
more
out
work than a dog.
Yeah, it is. I started out with a 30-gallon fish tank, and I bought a koi fish from Walmart, and I bought 2 goldfish and a pleco, and the pleco died. So I was like, okay, well then I'll just get 2 little cory cats. Okay, so those stayed around for a while. I named them Ping and Pong because they were both white, and they looked the exact same, so I could never tell which one was what. And so I started to grow attached to those little guys because those were cool. Well, my koi started to get pretty big. After he got about 6 inches big, he ate those 2.
Yeah.
And by this point,
Sounds like a game of feeding frenzy in real life.
by this
Game
point,
of Thrones fish edition.
yeah, that's very true. Anyway, I got to the point to where I had to upgrade to a 55-gallon because the kois were getting so big, or the koi, sorry. And it was time for me to move, so I moved to the house, and I had my koi eat one of my goldfish. And
koi is a demonic beast.
Yes, my koi I think has eaten a total of 4 fish.
Current count is 3, so there's another fish that's going to be eaten here soon.
Oh wait,
So it's
no,
like a
it's only eaten
Wendigo.
3.
Okay. But you pretty much have to change the water weekly.
Yes,
You have to clean the filter, bi-weekly?
every 2 days.
Every-
now.
Every 2 days.
Well, just clean it
Yeah.
because goldfish and koi fish are some of the actually dirtiest. They're the more they poop a lot.
Yes. And
I do too.
don't we all? And, and other things that I don't even know. You have to clean underneath the rocks and all that.
Oh, rocks are the worst.
Yep.
So now you've built, how big is this tank?
This
This pond, I mean.
like I said, it's 8 foot by 4 feet by 4 feet, which is 718 gallons, which is 5,000. It's anywhere. It's like 5,000 pounds of water. So that's almost 3 tons of water.
And you expect to get this done in, 2 weeks?
Yeah, something like that. all I got left is just prettying up, building the filter, getting the liner, and filling it up.
So you are spending another huge project time building this thing.
Yep, and I'm still in the process of building my fully coolie Vespa scooter too.
And what else?
I can keep going with all my list.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm doing just the Vespa and the pond right now.
Okay, cautionary tale, people. Do not take more projects than you need.
And watching anime and other shows.
Now you start. Well, watching anime, let's talk about that. You said you started a new series again, or you started watching a new series?
Yes, I started watching a show called Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju.
Can you give us a brief information about it?
Yes, very quick.
Say that 5 times fast. Don't.
I was like,
Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
So pretty much what it is, it's in the Japanese culture, way back in the day, not way, but like pretty far decently back, there's a style of entertainment called rakugo, which is pretty much you're sitting in this room, and there's a guy or woman who sits on this pillow and kneels the whole time, and they sit there and tell you a story. like like if you're going to the movie theater or if you're sitting at home watching TV, watching a cartoon, something like that. Except because they didn't have these things, nor radio or nothing like that, this was their form of entertainment or TV shows or whatever. Instead of actual, plays, this one person would act out each character in the whole play. So it's an art form to where you actually have to change your facial expressions, your physical movements, and your voice just slightly, just to be all these characters and tell this entirely long story. And so anyway, it's pretty much just a show about the history of that a little bit and these people and just what's the lifestyle like. And it's kind of like a little bit like Hikaru no Go. It kind of shows what the steps of progression and how to get better and who's better at it, why this is better, why this is not, stuff like that.
So what can catch you? Because you have to think about this. A lot of shows have something that catches you, action or some type of huge plot or something. This doesn't sound like it has anything like that.
So I would say characters in this case.
It would seem like it.
There's a very big plot, but the characters alone can make up the story because the psychological factor of it all, it's one person's giving up. There's these two kids who lost their both.
Gay kids?
No, they're not gay. Which actually, I think women could actually really like this show because they could probably ship those two characters because they do kind of act like free characters where they're not gay, but they're so close to each other. Oh, great. It's like me and Adam.
Keep going with the story. Keep going with the story. Keep going with the story.
Also, that was very sexist right there. Women would like this show because they can imagine the guys doing each other.
What about the guys that would like that? Oh my.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Okay, keep going with the story here.
So anyway, I think they would like it too because it does kind of have that romantic feel to it. But the plot behind it all is one of them go off to war, and anyway, like I said, two of them lost their parents, and so this teacher, which would be the master or whatever, takes them in and teaches them this style of rakugo, and they both grow up, but they're two different, 100% different people. One's a partier and happy and energetic, and he's kind of like a bum, but he's very that. Well, the other one's very proper and very, stuck up. He's very quiet and kind of gloomy. Well, the other one, they all grow up and they kind of have the same tendencies and stuff. Anyway, the gloomy guy starts falling in love with this girl. Well, she's a geisha. She's sleeping around with a lot of men. Anyway, he falls in love with her. She falls in love with him. But the gloomy guy says, I want to focus on my rakugo more than anything. So they break up. She gets pissed off, starts dating the other guy, have a kid with that guy, and they separate.
Is this like the first episode right now?
No, this is pretty deep.
Okay, let's
so
stop.
We're telling the entire story.
Let's stop there.
Pretty much the whole
he's
story.
He's actually doing what they're learning.
He's interacting and moving into
Except
the story.
He's not changing his character voice, and he's making it very confusing
Pretty
as to
much,
which character the female was dating originally.
Pretty much, there's
there's
a big death scene in it, but I'm not gonna spoil who that is, but it's what?
There's a massive spoiler. Somebody dies,
but no. Okay, in the very first episode, they tell you that someone dies. They're like, because it doesn't follow. The first episode doesn't follow the people about the story. The first episode is the generation after this. So it starts out going, oh, I'll tell you the story of why I'm here, and then they tell the story of, and then that's the whole anime.
Okay, so it's basically them telling a story of the past.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sort of like How I Met Your Mother in a way.
Yeah, pretty much, kind of.
Or How I Met Your Dead Mother.
Actually, you're not
stop
right or wrong.
God damn it! This is
anyway. What was the other anime that you watched?
Oh, okay. Overall,
that was actually a double play on words
that was
because
a double
I was
play.
throwing out my assumption that the woman's the one that dies, and I was throwing out my statement towards actually How I Met Your Dead Mother.
Yeah.
I don't think you've seen How I Met Your Mother, but the mother's actually dead at the end of the show.
Spoilers, just okay.
I didn't know that.
It's basically been on Facebook. That's not a spoiler.
And that show's pretty old.
Yeah.
I like the show. I hated the ending. Okay, so you know how we always detail pieces. Sound. What did you think of the soundtrack?
The music is a freaking amazing. Holy tits. It's all jazz, and it just fits so well because it's kind of like has that 1920s feel.
Is that the era it's set in?
Because it goes through World War I.
Okay.
And before that, and during that, and after that.
Okay.
It kind of goes through the whole Depression, and then all of a sudden the economy rises, and then it levels out, and blah, blah, blah. And it's very like a historical kind of anime.
How's the artwork?
Very amazing. Very crisp, but it has kind of like that old feel to it. So I really love that.
Okay, so all, is it worth it?
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Really? You're
Yes.
saying it's...
Even with 90% spoilers.
Even with that. Okay, what did you guys think? Adam, Austin, what did you think of his...
Would you watch it?
Would you consider watching it?
And I didn't spoil...
I
very little spoiled anything.
I actually want to go look at YouTube videos of Rakugo.
It's actually really cool. I actually saw some... there's some English ones.
Awesome.
There's some English ones on YouTube.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm actually going to YouTube it, so I mean...
What do you think
It's really fun. I didn't think I would like it. I was like, I'm just going to watch this first episode, or this first one, and I sat there and watched the whole thing. I'm like, oh my God, I wasted so much time. It was so much fun.
Usually I do that, and I'm like, the sun's out.
Oops. Okay, Adam, what do you think of...
The premise sounds interesting enough to where I could probably sing an episode or two in when I find some time.
Mm-hmm. So
and it's only 13 episodes long.
So it's a normal
so
season.
it's very quick. The first episode's 40 minutes long. The rest are 20.
Okay.
So it's 14 technically
episodes.
14.
Okay.
So and that's some pictures and artwork of it on my screener up here.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a very, very good anime.
Yeah, it looks like a higher quality old school anime.
And I love the fact that I came from Stargate SG-1 straight into this good anime instead of something like...
That character looked like Sakamoto.
Or
if you know
how to pick up chicks in a dungeon.
Yeah.
I'm reading
the Night Light novel now.
Yeah, I just finished like the first one on the manga. It's really good. Well, I watched the entire anime too, but...
Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so
Shame on
Austin, what is the anime... Or actually...
I'm a terrible person.
Let me ask this to Tien first. Would you watch it after me explaining it and you seeing some artwork of it?
It looks nice, but and you said there's really good character development.
Yes, phenomenal.
Then I would most likely, because that's always a big factor.
Because they don't throw in a lot of filler characters. It's only about these main characters.
Naruto.
Huh?
Naruto.
Oh yeah.
But if it's just a lot of character development, I like that. So I would consider it.
It's very good.
Okay.
Now this anime.
It's fantastic. Haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto is a fantastic anime.
So me and Austin have both been watching this. I'm guessing you're on episode 7?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, actually, I think episode 8 is out.
Okay, episode 8 just came out and I haven't got to watch it yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So Austin, you explain this one now.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, brief synopsis. You don't have to do Zach and tell the whole story.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say that
this one's hard.
It's not an anime that you have to start from the beginning. You could jump in anywhere. It's not like it has some independent storyline to it. Every episode you end up feeling really good after just finishing the episode. It's really lighthearted. Basically, there's a guy at the school that literally breathes perfection, but he's not cocky about it. He actually, I don't know how to explain it, but
he's kind of dumb.
Sakamoto?
Yeah.
He's incredibly brilliant.
Well, he's so smart that he's like...
He does simplistic things. Like, people get the wrong idea until he goes through with whatever he's doing, and it's just... And
then they're like, oh.
I remember, for an example, this is a first episode. A fire is started and they're locked in a room. He looks like he's trying to make a wind circulation or direct the wind to put out the flame.
A breeze.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the kids start to join in with him, but in reality he just got them to make noise so teachers would hear him.
Because they got locked in the room. And the fire started, and so they're jumping around, and they're like, oh, he's trying to create a breeze. And because these 3 thugs are dumb. And they're like, oh, I get it. I understand. And he's just jumping around trying to make some noise so the people below him come up there and help and move the thing and open the door and put the fire out.
Long story short, he's pretty cool.
Okay.
I love the chair scene. The chair scene was my favorite. where he sits down at the desk and they pull the chair out from him.
You guys have to watch the anime for that part. But basically, it's basically about a high schooler who is incredibly cool for absolutely no reason. And the anime, he doesn't have any like weak points, and that's what's kind of nice about the anime. It's really lighthearted. It's not super serious. You're always satisfied with the outcome of everything he does, which is fantastic.
You'll have a smile on your whole face the whole episode. Either it'd be a stupid smile or a hilarious smile.
Okay.
So I'm very confused because I've been watching you scroll through the pictures, and everything that I'm seeing bounces back and forth, like you've been saying, between this character is really good at what he does or is a complete idiot. And I can't tell by looking at just the pictures as to what it is. So I actually do want to watch it just to find out what in the world is going on in the bottom left corner of the screen right now. But yeah.
Do you want me to give you my idea of like what I think he is?
No, I don't.
He wants to make the decision on himself.
If I was going to go with an assumption on it, it would be a genius savant kind of character.
It is. Because he's basically, if there's like a tier of kids at the school, he's obviously number one. And it's kind of funny. He's not gullible, but he doesn't cause any trouble. And even when people try to cause trouble with him, he somehow finds a way to
benefit him.
Yes and no. He makes it so like the people who try to cause problems for him respect him in the end.
Oh,
in
yeah,
some form, and it's kind of like really cool. They're like, oh my gosh.
Okay, so pieces again, sound, audio, music. How's that work with the show?
The opening I like a lot because it's just kind of like a rocky, like it kind of reminds me of Prison School a little bit, just kind of like that.
That's not a good.
Well, it has
that.
It has that song.
Okay.
It has that like that rock, fun. I'm getting ready to watch the show.
Is an anime's opening really something that quantifies whether or not it's a good anime?
Well, I can't remember the background music in this one.
The background is
I'm
kind of
so focused on the story.
It's kind of playful. It's kind of like
whimsical.
Yeah,
almost whimsical.
Yeah, it's not like a heavy guitar riff thrown in when he's like running down a hall or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Artwork, does it work with it? Does the artwork look too abstract, or does it actually complement the show well?
It's like there's nothing that's crazy unique about it.
Mm-hmm.
It fits perfectly with what they're doing. There's nothing out of place.
Okay. And what would you say about the characters all in all? Work well, all the characters?
I mean, the only character it really builds is Sakamoto.
So is everyone else a throwaway then?
There is one other character that is basically, I guess you could call him his friend. He's really like the only like reoccurring character.
He's like a neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else is kind of really shows up now and then. They're not consistent.
So your main focus is on
definitely Sakamoto.
Okay.
It's just different. It's different. It's almost like small stories. The anime separates each episode basically into like 3 different problems that he faces. So it's kind of
okay. All right. So Adam, you said you would consider watching this.
Yeah, it sounds like something that would be unique enough to where I would get something out of it.
It's very funny.
90% of animes.
Okay. Well, I actually have seen a manga of it, so it may consider me reading it. Actually, I may enjoy it like that. Because I know there's a manga of the series. I've never actually read it yet. I've just seen images. I'm like, it may be worth the effort.
For what he does, because he's not a very talkative character, you definitely want to watch the manga. Or not watch the manga.
Watch the anime, yeah. Oh, I do watch a lot of manga too, so let's go with that.
Man.
To be fair, you also do read the anime 90% of the time due to subtitles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
See, that's also why I like that.
See, I'm reading too.
Nah, that doesn't count.
You just said it did. Kind of.
Not
not to that
I'm
degree,
not
sir.
starting this again.
You've already started it. He's just ending it before it actually gets worse.
I'm ending it on my terms.
Like how it always does.
Yep.
All right, so let's move on with our game, Nerd Stump.
Yay, Nerd Stump. We have music for this.
I know, we should add his at the beginning now. All right, Nerd Stump, if you guys don't know, is a game we play usually on nerdL.A.G. It is we all choose a character from either anime or gaming or the series. So pretty much anything gives us a wide spectrum. We make up 3 clues for everyone to guess it. After everyone does one round of guessing, we give a final clue if no one gets it correct. And if they cannot get that, we give the answer. Points are awarded if the person who is given the clues has at least one person give the correct answer, and the point is awarded to the person who guessed correct. Just so we can make sure that it's not like just impossible to guess what this person is. Okay, has everyone got their idea for what they're using?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Who wants to start?
You.
Okay. Mine is an anime character. Mine is a middle-aged bald man. Okay. Mine is a pervert.
Okay.
And mine runs a dojo.
Master Roshi.
That was my first guess, but I don't think middle-aged fits.
Okay. Keep going, guys. Remember.
Yeah.
I probably just wasted my guess.
I was gonna guess Saitama from One Punch Man, but
middle-aged.
doesn't really. Yeah. Well.
Oh, pervert. He's not that either.
Well. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go with. I don't remember his name because it's been too long since I watched it, but I think that one of the main dojo masters from Kenichi is bald and a pervert. Don't know for a fact, but it's been way too long since I've watched it. So I'm gonna say one of the masters from Kenichi.
I know who you're talking about. He's the Chinese Kempo master.
Yes.
That one I know what you're talking about. Okay, so everyone's guessed?
What was your
I
guess?
mean, mine
Austin?
would probably be the same as Zach's, Roshi, but I mean.
Well, we try to do different ones, so
yeah,
you
I
know.
but so I'm gonna go with Saitama.
Okay.
And it is Roshi?
Nope, all incorrect.
Okay.
I figured.
Cool. Okay. So now I gotta think.
Okay, you want the final clue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Panda.
Oh, okay, so it's from Ranma 1/2, but I don't know
crap.
his name.
What's his
You
name?
know his name.
Crap. What's
Because
his name?
that's why. Have you seen that show?
But I'm not
I only know him
gonna
as
his
old.
name.
I only know him as old man right now because it's what only Ranma calls him.
Ji-chan.
Do you want the first letter of his name? I'll give you that.
No.
Okay.
I want them to have a chance too.
Well, I've never actually known the character's name other than Ranma
Yeah,
because
so
I've never read it.
I'm not gonna get it.
Okay, fine then. Tell me. Okay, who is it again? What did you say it was?
I said it's going to be, well, obviously the master that transforms into a panda from Ranma 1/2.
Okay, so
But
give
I
me
don't know his name.
Okay, give me something. Who's like something that's big? Like what is he? Who's he related to or anything like that?
I want to
Okay.
say it starts with
He's.
an O.
I believe that he is the father or grandfather of the main female character, but I've never read the series. I've only had people who were really into it as friends.
Okay, so it's Ranma's dad. Oh wait. Read your first clues.
Middle-aged, bald,
Middle-aged,
man.
bald,
pervert,
and
master of a JoJo.
Okay, because the old man, the old short man, but he was older. He was like
Yeah.
an old man, so he's not middle-aged. He was a panty thief.
Hey, you guys know who it is. I just want to hear a name.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. I want to say it started with an O or an
Ichan.
A.
No. I mean,
I
If
throw
I-
out a name.
yeah, I know. See, if I had to give it, Adam at least got the idea right.
Okay,
You got the
Ranma.
right character.
My character is bald.
Your character's bald, so it's between you two. That's why it's sort of between you guys right now.
Well, since neither of us got a name, I guess neither of us get a point.
Yeah.
Hang on. I know it. It's in my head somewhere. I just got to
You've
think
got
of it.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Of quietness.
Fine.
Okay, so I'm just going to go with...
Hold on. What did you say was? What did you say the names were?
I said Gichan.
Oh, dang, it was close. Okay.
I said Ji-chan, but that's just old man.
You know what? Just
How close was I? And you're out of time.
Goku.
Genma.
Genma?
Dang
Oh,
it.
okay.
Tits.
You were close. That's why I was like, dang it. Okay. Well, I thought that one because I think everyone here knows what Ranma 1/2 was, and I
Yeah.
figured I couldn't choose the main, so I was like, okay, this one he's usually
And
in
it threw out 3 different ideas.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, it had a good variety on
Well,
that.
he doesn't run a
Mine was
dojo
not
either.
even.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that I only said it just because
Bald.
he was. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I don't know any of the characters.
Yeah.
that are bald.
Okay, so no one gets a point there. Dang it, Edna.
Yay.
Uh,
Hey, that's a fun anime, by the way. It
it's a
gets
great
a little
series.
repetitive after a while, but it's
36
really
volumes, dude.
good. Over like 100 episodes, too.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Okay.
only on episode 101.
So who's next?
I guess you guys want to go into.
yeah, counterclockwise.
Okay. So that's you.
Well, I made this one on the spot, so you guys might get really fast. Okay. Well, he's got a new. It's a video game character.
Okay.
First clue is that he's got a. I don't know if you guys are up to date, but he's got a new video game coming out this Friday. He can transform into almost anyone or use their ability. And the third one's kind of facetious and a pun, but he sucks. Please get this joke. Please.
Kirby.
All right, that's your guess?
Yep.
Mighty Number 9? I thought that was already
I'm
released,
going to
though.
have to say Zach sounds right on
Yeah,
that one.
because I think the Kirby is coming out
Yeah,
this next one.
yeah.
See, I don't know that. I just know sucks, and he said something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
please
that-
somebody get that.
Yeah.
It's Kirby.
Yeah,
It's Kirby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Me and
Apparently
Austin
that's-
get a point.
I've heard that game is actually one of the better Kirby games.
Really?
Yeah.
The newest one?
Yeah.
What was the last good Kirby game?
The last good
Mine
one,
was
in my
Dreamland.
opinion, is actually Superstar. There was another one that was released 1 or 2 ago that was actually pretty decent as well. It had the fighting style.
But there hasn't
I
been
would
one
say-
like in the
okay.
current gen, not really thing.
Yeah,
really, okay.
not the yarn, but the one that was released on
How
the
is Yoshi
3DS.
on, actually,
The
though?
Rainbow World one?
I think so. Yeah, where you fought like a giant bee queen thing at the end.
Yeah.
Probably.
So what's the
Yeah.
name of this newest one?
It's
He rides a giant mech.
Robos. I'm having a mind blank.
Yeah.
Robo something?
Hold
We'll
on.
look it up.
Yeah, I can look it up. He rides a giant mech though, so I think you
So
would
instead
like
of a star, he rides a mech.
Well, no, it's both. He can ride a mech, he can ride a star, he can still do his
Kirby.
transform. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Kirby.
Kirby Planet Robobot.
Yes,
Yeah.
Robobot's the thing.
Cool.
I always want to say Robo World for some reason, but it's
Yeah,
it's
wow, he
Planet
can copy a
Robo.
lot of abilities. Okay,
Adam.
so Adam, it is your turn.
All right, video game character.
'Kay.
Basically, any video game stream watcher's wet dream, and let's see. Don't want to give it away. So, military training and skin tight suit.
Tracer.
Uh,
I know I think I wasted it because I think I have another guess.
I actually
Quiet.
Diva. It's gonna be mine.
Yeah.
Diva, it is.
It's okay.
Yeah, Diva.
Yeah, she's
Tits. I should have
she's a
answered my wife.
streamer
I was gonna
herself.
say she's my wifey, bro.
We got to share.
She is number one on a lot of gameplays, isn't she? She's usually used a lot now.
Because
like, I
she's
guess.
amazing.
She's
I don't
actually
know.
getting a buff because she actually wasn't too strong.
Yeah, I find that she's not one of the characters that I ever fear going up against. Like, if they
I
play her
played-
really well, it can be
Annoying.
Because if you
At
be
most.
jetpack out, but like I play as Genji, he's an offensive character, should not be able to take out a tank by myself.
All right.
You can pretty
Yeah,
easily.
You can really simply.
All right, Zach, your turn now.
Okay, so I think that you guys are probably not going to get it unless you guys know me pretty well, which you do. So, anime character. It is
I've really fallen off this week.
based off of a real person.
Oh.
One of their movies was one of their anime movies were based in London, and let's see, what was the other clue? How did I phrase that earlier? I'll just say, crap.
Your last
Plays in a band of 5.
Drat.
Crap.
Zach, I had this conversation with you last week.
It's on your phone, isn't it?
1, 2.
It's one of the characters on
I
his.
think it's 5.
I bet it is.
I bet you it is. I don't know any of those characters' names.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Because that's what I had a conversation
4,
about. with
5.
him
It's on
last week.
K-
It's 5. It's 5.
It's
Yeah.
someone from K-On!
Okay.
I don't know the characters' names.
Me neither, because that's why I said we had a
None of
conversation
the
about this
above.
last week about
Yeah.
your phone.
At first, I was
Your
thinking you were
phone's-
going to go with King Arthur or Saber.
Okay.
That's what I thought too. Well, he
Well,
said
that's
based
not
in-
real either, but
yeah.
Oh, Fate's Day Night.
So what are your guys' guesses? Because I need some guesses so I can give you
The
the full
lead
Okay,
female
sure.
singer from K-On!
I'm going to go with probably some generic name, Sakura.
Okay.
Okay, repeat the hints.
We
Uh,
know it's a character from K-On!
Yeah,
That's
just
all
name-
that matters. Just name a female girl's name.
Ija, I don't know. I'm just naming
A
it.
Japanese female
Yeah.
name.
Hatoru, I don't know.
I'm trying to. It's
Use
on the tip of my
Hinoka.
tongue.
No, he may actually know. He has a
Oh,
higher
okay.
chance of knowing it than us.
Oh, okay.
What was your guess, Tien?
Sakura.
Okay.
Well,
See?
not 1 minute, but
2.
He would have a better
We'll
chance.
give you the
but-
same time
Because
frame as
truth be
him.
told, he has a lot more anime experience comparably to you and me. Like,
Have you
he-
seen K-On?
No, we talked about it last week, and then I looked it up, and we talked about the characters.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
okay.
that's how. See, we all know where it's from.
And I
it's
know,
just we don't know who it is.
and
You guys think you know where it's from.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay, well, I'll try to branch out then. So you said it's this person's based. Wait, the anime is based in London, or
No, the character's based off of a real person.
Okay.
One of the movies were based in London, and I can't remember the third clue.
In a band of 5.
Yeah, in a band of 5.
Okay.
Or 6.
No, it's 5. I counted
Okay.
in my head, off screen.
When you say band, I'm like, he's probably gonna pick Hatsune. But man,
Actually, that could have worked. Damn it, that could work.
I still got to give the next clue
I'll go with it, just because.
With-
I mean, it's not really.
with Hatsune Miku.
She's not really based off a real person though.
Could be real people.
Yeah, but
Is it right? That's all that matters.
Nope, you guys are wrong.
Okay,
Okay,
I knew. Yeah.
last and final clue. Miso soup sounds like her name.
Misaka.
I'm trying to give it away as close as I can.
I'm going with Adam's. Got it.
No, he would have said that I
Oh,
got
yeah.
it.
That's true.
Misato. You can try that one.
What?
Misato.
Okay.
Misume.
So you're going with what?
Misume.
It's Masume. What's yours, Adam?
What was the first one I said?
Misato?
No, that was the second one.
Oh.
I'll just change it, whatever. Neither of them are right.
I know. I'm really trying to get this really, really bad.
I'm playing with them.
I want to say, is that their full name? Is that just their first?
Close to it. Not full name at all. It'd be a shorter version.
Name?
I guess I should say like miso.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Miko?
Okay. So those are your guys' 3 answers?
Yes.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Mio.
Mio.
M-I-O. Mio. Mio, the bass player, up on there on the screen. My wallpaper.
Ah. Okay.
I was going to say bass player, but I know that wouldn't
100%.
help.
That wouldn't help.
I was like, okay, let's make it somewhat easier.
At first I
Miso
was-
soup.
Mio, miso.
at
It's
first
very
I was
close.
I was thinking about like the girls that were in a band in Angel Beats, but I know you haven't seen Angel Beats.
Oh, yes, I have.
You have?
I
Who
love
hasn't?
Angel
Who-
Beats.
was
He's
it-
seen it too.
Was it you, Tien?
Tien hasn't seen it.
I haven't
Okay,
seen
it was Tien because
I think it may have been Philip too.
I think us 3,
Yeah,
but
we were that whole day. We were
talked
saying,
about Philip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tien's the only one that hasn't seen it here.
I'm an anime, not that strong. Manga, you've already seen the Converse with
Give
that.
me a solid and watch it. It's amazing.
So that was our hard nerd stump for this
That was
week.
actually a really
Yeah, this
tricky
actually
one.
kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, that was a pretty tricky one. I mean, only 2 people got right this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting harder.
Yep.
But it's not because of Diva.
Not sexually.
Yes, it is.
Well, since we're going with that, let's talk about Overwatch. It's been 3 weeks since it's been out.
Kind of, sort of.
Sorta,
Counting
kinda.
beta.
Counted beta. Overall impressions. I mean, this is a good time because, it's been out to the public. A lot of people played. Over 7 million have played since its release.
Well, I can tell you from both a personal view, I freaking love this game. I played it basically every night with a group of my friends. And as a business standpoint, it's sold out faster at my store than I've seen any other game go out.
Yeah,
I usually don't ever see games new go out of stock, but we've
Really?
gone out of stock like twice already.
Yeah, because I
and-
came by
Holy
and,
crap.
and
Yeah,
then
we
I've
got
heard people
another
ask for it. It's like, yeah, we're out of it.
Yeah, we keep, at least my store. I know other stores around the areas might still have it, but we keep
Mhm.
selling out entirely, so.
That's
So-
impressive.
Yeah,
Mhm,
and
it is.
I
So go
mean-
get it while you can.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, yeah, if you enjoy, I can't argue. If you want
They're
to
not
play,
Nintendo. They're not going to just stop making them.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, that's true. Nintendo is really bad at that.
They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
here's 1,000 of them. I know about 500,000 of you want it. But
Yeah.
it's cool. You guys have to share.
yeah,
Nintendo is really getting under my skin right now. Like,
What,
why
with
is
their,
that?
With their NX and their...
the NX has literally screamed, "Yeah, we're actually just making a VR system. We don't care that anybody wants actually
Yeah,
a
it got pushed.
controller or
Yeah,
good."
it got pushed back
Yeah.
for that reason.
No, that's the rumor. I've been on that boat for a while. I do not care about the NX right now.
I don't care about it right now
Um,
either. It's
like-
basically a conspiracy theory to me because I've seen nothing for it. Nothing's been...
Supposedly
officially
it's gonna
confirmed.
make some-
E3 is probably going to be their detail segment for it.
Yeah,
What's
that's
going to happen is going to be like, it's going to like... have like a picture of like the system and then have like an X scroll across the screen. And
I mean, originally people kept saying that the only thing they were going to really talk about was Zelda, and even at the 3.
Their explanation for what the system is, this was a couple weeks ago, was somewhere along the lines of like a gaming experience like you've never had before. My thought process is, oh goody, more waggle controls, just what I want to do. I'm gonna waggle my Wiimote at the control screen until I win the game.
Well, you have to admit.
No, I like Smash Brothers. I like a lot of Nintendo's games, but they're really getting under my skin with a lot of their.
Well, remember
process.
they had it. Remember the original president wanted the idea of just being creative. I mean, that's why we had the Wii and the 3DS, because he was wanting it to be more creative and stuff like that. I mean, that's even why DS came under his. Those are huge hits.
Yeah.
So he kept trying to want to do that. Since he passed, and now they have a new person that I think they are trying to go towards more classical aspects to just a controller, to just, well, the VR thing, because everyone's going with VR. We've already talked about how Sony's PS4 Neo is going to be made for VR strength. We already talked about how Xbox One Scorpio is being made for VR usage.
If they design it to where the VR segment is actually just where you have like the VR headset to where the camera is, giving you the ability to look around in real time, that's fine. As long as you also have a control stick, which allows you to move the camera the same.
Most likely it does. I mean, even if you get an Oculus or anything, you get type of controllers with it. It may be the dual hands or it may be an Xbox One controller.
I still have Star Fox Zero to say to that, because Star Fox Zero gave you no ability to change the controls type on that, and that destroyed the gameplay ability for so many people, myself included. I tried playing that game. I got bored of it in less than 20 minutes.
But as I said, I mean, that's why we're seeing, well, we were going to talk about Overwatch, but we'll move to E3 because it's going to be happening in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to be the predictions of it? You know that
Nintendo's going to flub. Zelda's going to look great, but everything else is just going to be bad. I have no faith in Nintendo right now.
What was that Legend of Zelda game that was like on like the new...
It was supposed to be on the Wii U. It got pushed back. It's already completed. They're going to be releasing it. Yeah, it's I think Twilight Princess 2.0.
There was something on the IG and Snapchat, and it was like Zelda run on like I don't remember what engine it was run on. But it looked beautiful. Like it actually looked.
But
like
that's the thing. You know that anything first party is going to be what they're going to use. That's always their safety.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They don't still have the third party aspect really well.
I mean, they actually make it very hard for third party to do anything for them, and that has always hurt their saleability.
And also the catch is too that they are like anything that doesn't work, they'll completely kill too. I mean, like remember that Miimoto thing, the mobile game.
Yeah.
Who plays it now? I mean, they had a huge drop off of people actually. It had a huge amount of people downloading. And
I played it for like what was it?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
So longer than your 20 minutes, Adam.
Yeah, but that was a game that I think its functionality was designed to last roughly that long of a time frame.
Like you playing it straight.
Well, no, not straight, but like your 3 days for Miimoto. Oh, yeah. The functionality, from what I understand of that, is here you can tweak some pictures. You can have your Miis kind of interact with other people.
Yeah.
3 days is probably about the maximum that you can have before you're like, okay, what else do I have? Nothing. You can just keep doing that.
And I sort of don't like mobile games because it takes away from hardcore AAA really, because it's all now easier casual gaming. It's a lot simpler to make, so they don't have to put the effort into the big games. But
I don't think it takes away, but it's not something that I'm excited for ever.
But a lot of companies are accepting it and doing bigger and bigger games. I will admit, I'm a Square Enix fool, and they've made some leaps and bounds with theirs. I mean, there's of course a couple of shortfalls. You've played a couple of them, but I mean they've also done some really good graphics and are really doing a lot for the mobile industry and that make stuff like that. Nintendo has not. They've done that, and I mean there is the Pokemon Go. But that's still the Pokemon Company, and we still have not seen. People have the beta, and that's all we know about it. We don't know how that's going to do. We don't know what the drop off is going to be.
What I think would be really nice is that if Nintendo, really starts to suffer from NX and 3DS just not doing what they needed it to do and relying on Pokemon in order to keep them afloat, Pokemon and Mario, then. If they just focus on that and then stop making their own platforms and go third party like Sega did, then there could be a big boom in terms of the type of games that they're producing.
Okay.
Because if we have stuff like Metroid placed onto a full console as opposed to a Nintendo console, it'll actually be caught up with the times. Imagine, think about Metroid game on a PC.
Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Would love. I mean,
I think it'd work very well.
Okay,
a
so
lot of their games would. What's kind of upsetting. I'm not trying to bash Nintendo. Nintendo makes some awesome things, but they make a lot of
very questionable decisions.
So let's pretend we're the creative at Nintendo. On our E3, what do you think we have to put out to make us really good?
The NX has to prove that we would still be something or relevant in the gaming community.
Okay.
Because right now we're a niche company that is either to people who play Mario games or grandma and grandpa buying the Wii.
Okay. Would it be cool if the NX was actually something to compete with, like the Xbox and the PlayStation, like in console? It's
gotta be. It's gotta be.
If they went backwards from like they have their Wii U still. I'm gonna count that for their motion system. If they actually made like a console with
that's what I think. This is why I think they have to also do. They have to get third parties. I mean, what I'm reading about the little snippet, they have some third party idea. I mean, Monster Hunter, Dragon Quest, and Tokyo Mirage. So they are getting some third parties. That's Square Enix, that's Capcom, and that's Atlas. So that's some third parties. They're still talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon, and they also have Legend of Zelda. But they need some of the big ones. They need some of the American-based ones. EA, Activision. They need some of those to get more to the American base.
Don't let Activision get to them.
Well, no, and on top
I
of
know
that,
but
think about it. Would anybody at all be purchasing one of the two producers that you'd mentioned games? You're not going to have Call of Duty people switching over to a Nintendo console ever.
Right,
yeah, but they don't get the connection
on the Wii.
There is, but
and there is
how many
Mass
people
Effect.
bought that one? How many people played on that one for any length of time?
Only the L.A.G pros play on the Wii.
But it's just they don't have anything to stand on with those third, and that's a big factor to it. Because if they don't have those connections, they don't have anything that makes people want it. They're just going to be that small. I mean, it's nice to have that niche, but they're not going to have a lot to work with.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so another one that's doing a conference is, of course, EA. EA has this up and down. What do you think they're going to do this year to help them stand out? Any games that you think is going to be big for them? Anything? VR is always going to be big. So far for EA,
VR has also been doing very poorly with the launch of it.
Really?
Yeah,
it's probably just because like no one has a real solid console or something that can.
Some things that are confirmed for the EA is Mass Effect Andromeda, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and Visceral Games' Star Wars title they're going to make.
Well, I know for a fact Battlefield 1 is going to be the cash cow for this one because, I mean, if you look at the reviews for it already, it's insane.
I like that they're taking a step with World War One with it.
Yeah, no one's done it yet, so I mean they can either
they're not doing future and making all this weird crap. They're taking something that's been that's been seen, something
historical.
And working with that technology, which I like because a lot of the old Call of Duties, a lot of the old Battlefield started in the old World Wars. So it's sort of nice to see that they're actually going back to that. I like that.
I think it's nice because it is what made them big, and the way that they're going with it now, it's kind of going to be the throwback. Considering we've had 4 or 5 years of new age combat as opposed to bolt action sniper rifles and semi-accurate machine guns.
Yeah.
Now you have bolt action shovels, so that's kind of nice.
Bolt action shovels.
I'm glad someone got that. Yeah, I was like, no one's gonna say anything.
Gosh.
No, there's a lot of I think there's gonna be a lot of melee in it because,
So do you think there's anything gonna be new they need to bring out? Because I'm looking for the Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect series. That was a great.
I'm nervous
RPG.
for what they release about it.
Yeah.
It could either be a really good next step in the progression for the series, or it could be 5 steps back.
They just better fix the ending. They better just make it so like the ending doesn't matter and you're just going on with a good story. Because they could tell a good story, they just can't end it. They could, it. They could tell a good story, but there's no way they know how to.
I haven't played through it, and from what I've heard, the plot line wasn't one that could have a really solid ending that was realistic. So I do understand where they're coming from on that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what I'm predicting overall for E3,
for EA for this one.
EA. No, it's actually going to fall right in line with his. the Battlefield one is going to be massive, and everything else is going to be a little bit hit or miss.
It's most likely, then they're going to have a ton of sports ones. I mean, want to see the covers?
That is what they do.
Yep, their sports are going to be bad.
No, and I don't want to see the covers. I don't.
It's always a big thing with them. Bethesda, they have one, but it's always weird with Bethesda because they have very few things they can.
Bethesda said that they're announcing something that's unrelated to basically anything they've made before. So
they did the Fallout series. They did the Fallout series.
Okay. And the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
And they made Doom as well.
And they're also doing Dishonored 2 and Prey 2.
I really want Rockstar to make Red Dead Redemption 2. I actually like that game.
Rockstar doesn't have something though.
Not Rockstar.
Well, they did Red Dead, but
they did. But I think somebody else.
Is there a new Grand Theft Auto out?
No, they are making money like crazy with that one. They don't need to make it.
I think another year and you'll see it. 2017.
Yeah, maybe like a DLC stuff more. I would suspect. Okay, so with Bethesda, there's not much. I mean, they're going to announce more Fallout stuff. They're going to maybe talk about Elder Scrolls, and really that's what they have.
There's not going to be much new.
Todd Howard's going to make more memes.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, Xbox. Now, Xbox is still number 2, but it wants to try to get number 1. So far, they've confirmed Gears of War 4, Halo Wars 2, the next Forza game, Crackdown 3, Recore, Scalebound, Seas of Thieves.
And system's actually Scorpio. They're releasing another system of Scorpio. That's
and supposedly Battletoads.
Oh my god. Okay, so funny story about that. I get these kids. I don't know where it came from. I remember someone I work with. Probably. Yeah. Okay. That sounds about right. I get these kids calling all the time looking for Battletoads.
Yeah, that's 4chan.
And it just makes me want to cry.
So what is Battletoads?
No, you're not going to find it at GameStop.
Yeah,
it's a game that we have to make you play.
Okay, so Battletoads is a very old NES title. There were a few sequels to it, but the NES title is what was good and big. There was actually a crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, interestingly enough. But the one that was released on NES is known for being one of the hardest NES titles pretty much ever.
Especially the third level, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, beatable hard games.
Yeah, you could beat it. It's not cheap.
It is cheap.
I remember this game.
It's not. Well, it's made cheap.
It is not made poorly. It's just that difficult. Mm-hmm. Well, some of it is made poorly, but the game itself had a soundtrack that's just very unique.
It had a pause music that actually was awesome.
Yeah, anyway.
And it was a challenge. Yeah. Like, it actually made 2 players more difficult to play 2-player than single player.
Yeah. The game was by no means easy.
But it's sort of that classic that everyone remembers if you had a Nintendo.
So the reason that you are taunted mercilessly by children is some person on 4chan thought it would be hilarious to troll GameStop.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, by calling in and asking for Battletoads. There was a specific GameStop that was targeted originally. And for whatever reason, everyone found that thread hilarious, and they kept going.
I remember someone telling me at work why, but I always forget. So Austin, I'll guarantee I'll forget again.
Next time someone calls in, be like, "Oh yeah, we just got a shipment set. We got like 3 of them."
We've done that before.
Yeah, oh dang it!
Well, when I say we've done that before, it was just like one time because the kid called like literally 10 times in a row.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Xbox, they gotta get number 1. What do you think they have to also show, or what do they have to do to build it up so they win? Because remember, subconsciously, it's a contest still.
They would have to show the most gorgeous trailer for Gears of War 4 that had gameplay that looked crisp and clean.
Okay.
Then, as far as winning goes,
because
Halo Wars is not going to do it.
This is always a contest. We always hear who wins E3. Yeah. So that's why we're trying to see how would you
Nintendo loses.
PlayStation.
Nintendo loses hands down.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they lose to even a non-gaming vendor. But
that would be funny.
But as far as a winner goes, it really just comes down to who has the better trailers of games, because I think that actually the third-party segment is going to win more than Xbox or PS4, because the first-party titles on each of those isn't going to be big enough.
It's always a third-party, yeah.
Yeah. So if there's a third-party title that is being announced exclusively on one of the systems, then that might push it towards one of them winning. But as far as it goes, they've already had the initial sales for the systems. The people that are going to have.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring that up like forever. Sony's gonna bring up what they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
So neither of the two companies that are selling systems can win. It just comes down to third parties.
Yeah, but overall, it's because of what they have for that. They call them. So we have two more. Ubisoft is I can't even say
Ubisoft?
Yes.
Ubisoft.
They have Wildlands, Watch Dogs 2, South Park, The Fractured Butthole, yes. And I was like, that's not.
Yeah, no, it is Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, and For Honor.
I remember it.
What do you think they're going to, how is it going to be there?
I want to play For Honor so bad because it looks awesome.
I've not seen anything about that.
I'm hoping that Horizon, I believe it is, actually gets a release date this time. Because that game was...
That's for PS4.
Yeah.
That's a first party.
Yeah. That's the only first party game that I care about right now.
Okay. Well, Ubisoft, pretty much, they've been So, most part, I think that they'll just have to have a strong showing. And the Ghost Recon, that's going to be tricky. I mean, all the games... I think the South Park one's going to be the big seller. But truthfully,
it will be.
That would be. Okay. Last one. Sony, PlayStation. They're going to announce Gran Turismo, Gravity Rush 2, Horizon, Last Guardian, VR, Persona 5, the next Destiny expansion, Dead Don't Ride, new Crash Bandicoot, PlayStation 4 Neo, and Gods of War 4 and Deep Down.
Okay, so I think they're going to win just because of these certain titles alone. You've got Persona 5, 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your niche.
That one alone has tons of following.
Yep.
You've got VR.
Which helps the grandfathers.
Yep. And then you've got what were some other ones I had?
Last Guardian, Horizon.
Last Guardian hovers.
Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is going to bring in a ton.
But Forza is for Xbox, that's why.
Yeah, but Gran Turismo is so much better than Forza.
Okay.
That's debatable, but a lot of people... Gran Turismo is more known.
Well, that and it's better simulated. That's why a lot of people like Gran Turismo better than Forza.
Okay, then Gravity Rush 2.
Oops, sorry.
I will make Gravity Rush. Great game series. Actually, if you've never played it, it's really fun.
The Crash Bandicoot is another reason because they're doing some... The research that went behind that game is ridiculous.
Really?
Yes. They went through all the... Oh, no. Am I thinking the new Donkey Kong?
There's a new Donkey Kong.
Where they took everybody who made the game, they made them play all of the Donkey Kongs and the Crash Bandicoots.
Well, no, they're two different companies, dude.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie. Sorry. That was the Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, that's rare.
They played...
Oh, Microsoft now.
They made them play all those to make this new one. To make it follow the story and stuff.
Well,
anyway, that's not what I thought it was.
Those don't have the same plot line, but whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. They made
Crash Bandicoot.
One of the platformers is apparently going by research by playing through a lot of the games and finding out, oh yeah, this game was actually bad. We needed to follow more of what this one did.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm interested about this Crash Bandicoot because if it's Naughty Dog, you've seen what they've done now.
Yeah,
I mean they've done amazing work now.
That Crash Bandicoot racing.
I wonder, and I love how they threw that in. Like if you watch any playthrough of Uncharted 4, I love how they threw that little level in the
Crash,
game.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't.
They had an Easter egg of an entire Crash level.
Yeah, they for the beginning of the game, you're in a cutscene. You're playing Nathan with his wife Elena, and it's like, okay, I'll play a game with you. So they started playing the first level of Crash Bandicoot, and you're playing it.
Oh, that's awesome!
And you have
cool.
a time. I'm like, that is genius there, and. I didn't realize that could have been a hint. Like
they need that more in video games.
Well, Naughty Dog so far can't do no wrong so far because they've done amazing work. I mean, even the last Uncharted.
Well, to be fair, Platinum Games could do no wrong, and then Nintendo got a hold of them.
Well, have you heard about the Turtles game?
Uncharted 5.
Yeah, that one was also, but I don't know the reason. I just know that game was announced and then created in less than a year.
Yeah, I think it did not do well, and it doesn't have couch co-op, which annoys me.
That's not even going to be the issue. It's
there's
just
a lot
the
of
production time in it. They can't make a game in that time frame. Not a game that requires their level of precision.
That's too short of time. Just a year?
Yeah.
But that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can make like a Tetris level in that time.
Yeah.
But all in all, Sony, so far, what they've announced has the biggest setup.
Horizon alone. Like that game
looks amazing.
Phenomenal.
And The Last Guardian confirmed to come out this year.
Oh, wow.
Confirmed. They said it is coming out this year. They're going to have they're gonna have a playable demo at E3.
Oh wow! So yeah, they've got the niche followers that have been waiting for that game forever. They've got all of Persona's people. They've got people who like anything Naughty Dog. They've got the resurrection of Crash Bandicoot, which if it is the game that he's talking about with the research,
I believe it's Banjo-Kazooie.
That would make the most
Donkey
sense.
Kong. It's one of those two.
It would probably be Banjo-Kazooie
because that last one was horrible.
Yeah, and they have announced that they're doing a not Banjo-Kazooie but a reboot of the kind of like a spiritual successor to it.
And they're all going, like both the big companies are going to announce the new systems. All the companies are going to announce the new systems. Most likely, they're going to push VR because each one is going to push VR.
Ugh.
But so far with the games, with the first party, I have to go with. Well, it's either going to be always PlayStation, Nintendo, because first party is what with the last Guardian Horizon.
I approve of Nintendo's game making ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
but,
have we mentioned No Man's Sky yet? By the way.
Yeah, it got
pushed
delayed, but
to August, but it's like what, 3 weeks?
The Death Notes?
Yeah.
Which just tells me that a bunch of
What is it?
video game nerds are really, really dumb.
No Man's Sky was basically gonna be like this huge open environment. Basically, it would take so many years. The game will basically never be fully explored.
You can never
Yeah.
beat the game. It will never look at everything in the game.
Yeah,
Huh.
and it got delayed, and people sent the creators. It's a small team, very very small team. If they do this successfully, they'll be definitely put on the map. But they were sent death notes and
Death threats,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
And because it's the internet, you could be anonymous.
Well, what the good news is about that is that whoever sent those death threats is probably so physically immobile that they'll never be able to get over to them.
Right.
All in all, it's just stupid. They're just stupid people.
Yep.
Well, that
Okay.
upset my-
I don't have respect for people who
Right
are going
now,
to be doing death
our early
threats. It's just
predictions,
dumb.
though, it looks
Yes,
like Sony's going to win by what we think right
That's
now.
what I think. What about you, Adam?
Sony hands down, and
Okay.
Nintendo loses hard.
Austin?
You're just going to keep pushing Nintendo to
Nintendo has been doing a lot of things wrong over the last few years. Name one thing that they've done right other than Pokemon.
Did you like the
Silence.
Smash game?
That was a heavy silence.
Yeah, was it?
Did you like the Smash game?
Smash 4 is a mixed bag.
Okay.
It's always been a mixed bag.
Okay.
So that one I can't give as a solid
Xenoblade?
yes. Okay, Xenoblade wins.
I win.
But,
Do you
I
get-
just had to name one.
but that was also made by Monolith Soft,
All right,
which is a
Austin?
separate
That's true.
segment.
a 10-year bombshell, I think, is going to win this entire thing by themselves. Square Enix and Final Fantasy 15 stuff.
I think
I
this
could see
is
that
this is
doing
better.
it.
This is better be their year because they're releasing a lot of stuff.
If they say more about Kingdom Hearts 3 or have a trailer for it, that would just be phenomenal.
I'm happy with Final Fantasy 15. I am Setsuna.
I'm
happy with those.
I'm not
I'm not holding my breath on that, though.
I'm not 80 yet, so it's not going to be a release for a while.
Well, I mean, I don't know. With Kingdom Hearts 3, the fact that we have a trailer for it now, if we put the same rough time frame for Kingdom Hearts 2, we will
probably see
seeing
in a
it
couple
in probably
years.
2 to 3 years.
Cool.
Okay, well, there's also a list of big games, but I don't want.
By the way, our friend Cuddle of Death, she'll be going to E3, so we might get a sneak peek,
Wow.
video or something. So that'll be pretty fun. So we'll throw a link to her channel down there at the
Wow.
comments.
Cool.
That's cool.
So Tien, looks like we're gonna need to wrap it up. Sue, you have any final thoughts?
I'm just looking at a bunch of big titles being really going to be talked about this year at E3.
Any of them you want to say or anything? Or?
There's a lot, so I would not want to say right now.
Okay, Austin, any final thoughts?
Ooh, cool.
Final Fantasy pretty cool. That's about it.
We gotta-
Nintendo, start making some more amiibos to finish up the gap.
Oh god.
Put out a balance patch for Star Fox Zero, allowing people to control it like an actual game. And then maybe we'll talk about the rest of your stuff.
Adam just drops the mic. Go ahead, Zach.
Okay, so I've actually got quite a few final thoughts real quick. The Boy and the Beast is out on DVD and Blu-ray.
We still have to watch that.
So retail price is $29.98, PG-13, and let's see, the film nearly earned $50 million.
In Japan only, right?
I don't know. I'm just trying to read through. There's a lot of words on this. So it's either coming out or it's out. It's one of the two. I was going to try to look. D. Grandman, Hollow anime to have 13 episodes, and it is coming out July 4th, the premiere. So I don't know if that's just Japan or whatnot, but that's that.
Topic for another time is Psycho-Pass also has a movie now.
Oh,
That's
really?
it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That's it.
And let's see. Plastic Memories PlayStation Vita game slated for October 13th. What, Austin?
I don't need it.
It looks pretty fun. I think it'll be cool. If it's anything like the story, it'll be amazing. Your Lie in April live action film. There's a teaser and a trailer preview with a theme song, which might be pretty cool. And last one, Clannad Side Stories has a game for the PC. It's going to be releasing. So check that out. Other than that, I think that's about it. I'm Zach. I'm Nerdy, Dirty, and Flirty.
I am Tien. Find me on YouTube and on Twitch, Shinigami LDL. Remember, don't regret the things that you do, regret the things that you don't.
I'm Austin. I still need adult supervision.
I got Adam.
You ever get that feeling of deja vu?
And if you guys want to follow us on Facebook, go to facebook.com/nerdlag podcast. We're also on SoundCloud. You can go to soundcloud.com and or download the app, and you can type in nerdlag, find us there. We also are on Google Play, and we are on Twitter and YouTube. So go guys, check us out. Help us try to gain some followers. Make sure you guys share us. Like I said, leave some comments in the box below to see what you guys want us to talk about, what you guys want us to do. Like I said, last episode, we are here for you guys. So whatever you guys want us to talk about, we'll talk about it. Give us some ideas and help us be involved. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Meep.
Peace.
Bet.